Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Falling Over Books. For today's video, I'm doing my first romance recommendations video. This series of recommendation videos with romance are going to be really long. I plan on doing probably like 10 plus videos, so bear with me on all of that. And I just want to say that sometimes it's harder to categorize each romance book in like a genre. So today I'm doing new adult books and I have a couple to recommend, but sometimes it's not easy to tell the difference between new adult and adult and what crosses each line. Like, it's really hard to tell, so sometimes I might recommend a book to you that I think is new adult but maybe somebody else thinks it's more adult. So you just kind of have to look up these books for yourself after and just kind of see if you want to read them or not. I also have lists on my Goodreads page where I have romance books. Like, literally my Goodreads has lists of everything. So I have a romance list, a contemporary list, a new adult list, an erotica list, a crime and mafia list, and all that kind of stuff. So if you are looking for a specific book in those genres, like, go look in those lists. Alright, so I have 4 physical books to recommend you guys, and then I have 3 that I don't own in physical copy, so I'll just put a picture up and everything. First book I recommend is Addicted to You by Kristen. This is the first book in the Addicted series. This series is like 10 books, I think. It's really long. And it's one of my favorite series. I highly recommend the series. I definitely say give it like the first 3 books, because I wasn't completely in love with the series until like after Addicted for Now. Then I was like completely sold. Essentially this follows Lily and Lo, who each have their own addictions and they try to hide it from their families, and it has such great family relationships in here and great relationships in general. And keep in mind that this is about addicts who slowly are healing and getting help and all that stuff. So they're not going to overcome their addictions in the first book. Like, it takes them many books to overcome their addictions. So be patient with each of the characters. I feel like a lot of people read this book and they're like, oh, Lily is so annoying. But like, she has an addiction, you guys. She can't just get over it in one day. Like, it's a process. I highly recommend this series if you love character-driven stories. I'm sorry if the lighting keeps going a little crazy. It's sunny and cloudy outside today. Next book I have to recommend is Fallen Too Far by Abby Glines. I recommend all of her books. I will link the author spotlight video I made on her down below where I discuss the order of all of her books and everything. So go watch that if you want to know more about her books. But Fallen Too Far is the first book in the Fallen Too Far trilogy and the first book in the Rosemary Beach series. So complicated. But this follows a young girl, Blair, who her mother has recently died, so she is on the search of her father, who is said to be in a different town. So she goes to this town and her father's not there, but she meets her stepbrother, Rush. It's a little bit more complicated in the book, but you'll understand. I just love this book. I know a lot of people say that this book is problematic, but if you love overdramatic romances, definitely give this one a try. I love it. I just do. Next book is The Deal by Elle Kennedy. This is the first book in the Off-Campus series. There's 4 books and each of them are companion books, so they feature a different character. And this follows Hannah, who wants to get the attention of her crush. So then she meets Garrett and he is kind of interested in her and helps her try to get the attention of another guy, but obviously they end up falling in love. I do believe that Hannah was raped previously. I can't remember if it was her. Like, I read these books so long ago, so I don't really remember. But there's no rape in this book, but there's talk about it, I do believe. So just a warning. But yeah, I highly recommend this book and this series. I just love it so much. It's so good. for new adult. I love it. The last physical book I have to recommend is Elements of Chemistry, Part 1, Attraction by Penny Reid. I recommend this whole trilogy actually. I only have the first part, but this follows a girl and a guy who meet in chemistry class, and then they kind of start a slow friendship and relationship. It's really, really cute and funny, and I highly, highly recommend it. They're super short, like each part, so you could read it really, really fast. Next that I have to recommend is Bully by Penelope Douglas. This is the first book in the Fall Away series. This is about a girl and a guy who desperately hate each other. It's a really like hate to, or enemies to lovers trope. I know a lot of people who don't like this book because it's quite harsh, but I say give it a chance anyways. I was really iffy on it for a really, really long time, but I just read it and I was like completely into it. Like I really, really loved it. Next one is Full Measures by Rebecca Yarros. I think that's how you say her last name. This is the first book in the Flight and Glory series, and this is about a young girl whose dad died in the war, I think, and then she meets some guy who I think knew her dad or something. I can't really remember what this book is about. I think I read this back in like 2014 or 2015, so I don't really remember the whole premise, but I remember loving it and crying. I think it was like a really emotional, heavy new adult book, but I really, really loved it, and I highly recommend it. I think the whole series has the premise with war and soldiers and all that kind of stuff, so it's a lot deeper and more emotional, but I highly recommend it. And the last book in this video that I have to recommend for today is The Hookup by Kristen Kalia, and this is the first book in the Game On series. This is about a girl who isn't really looking to fall in love, and she then meets like one of the popular guys, and he wants a relationship and she doesn't, and they obviously fall in love in the end. And this one I really, really loved. It was super cute and just great. I really, really loved it. And this was a book I didn't think I would have liked. Like I went into it not really expecting much, but I just fell in love with the story, and it's like literally one of my favorite new adult books. Yeah, so that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I recommended some good books for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this first book in the recommendation romance video series that I'm starting. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, follow me on all my other social media, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!